In today's On This Day feature, we look back at Tzuji's 16 years of charity cultivation in Lesotho, a landlocked country in South Africa.
South Africa and Lesotho Tzuji volunteers gave $156,000 worth of sewing machines and fabric to poor residents in 15 vocational training offices on this day in the year 2000. The donation would help community residents learn how to earn an income and improve their lives.
The Tzuji Lesotho Liaison Office was established in 1995. From initially delivering aid to poor families, its mission developed into helping aid recipients become self-sufficient. In 2000, the office purchased sewing machines and fabrics, which were donated to vocational training centers. Taiwanese businessmen in Lesotho wholeheartedly supported Tzuji's local charity work despite suffering heavy losses in the riots of 1991 and 1998. Let us now take a look at how a moment's kindness has become the journey of 16 years.
Close to 60% of Lesotho is covered in mountain ranges, with the entire country lying 100 meters or more above sea level. Entirely surrounded by South Africa, Lesotho covers an area slightly smaller than Taiwan. However, unlike Taiwan, rain is scarce, which means that many in this agricultural country must travel beyond its borders in search of employment and sustenance. Yet this land of poverty has nurtured the seeds of compassion, as Taiwanese businessmen are coming forward to help.
We're standing in the middle of a field ripe for sowing the seeds of blessing. To the left, the right, behind us and in front, all offer opportunities to plant these seeds. The government knows that Tzuji is here, helping in many different ways. For this reason, we have won over the government's trust and respect.
From relief distribution to donating sewing supplies for vocational training to handing out corn seeds to farmers, volunteers help aid recipients become self-sufficient so they may help others in return.
1, 2, and 3. There is a big difference because you'll find that from one stem you can get 3 corns or even 2. If you get 1, this one is so good, it looks good. So to compare to the seeds that they ever use, this is number 1, it's perfect.
Tzuji helps us and we in turn help others in need. The next time they can then help someone else.
From its humble start, Aid for Lesotho's Poor is already in its 16th year and now runs with the help of 21 Faith Corps members, commissioners and volunteers. It all started following the anti-foreigner riots of 1991 and 1998, when several Taiwanese businessmen decided to set aside the losses and grievances they had incurred. In doing so, they put into practice the teachings of Master Zeng Yan.
很穷啊，你告他呢，他有得赔吗？唔知，那这不都是呢？都浪费你们的精神，那个钱拢夹起来哈，去做一个大型的发放，去跟他们结好缘呐，让他们知道你们来自台湾的人，心胸那么开阔，啊，工厂被他们烧毁。 还要去照顾他，还要帮助他。
From 2011, the Tzuji movement has taken a large step forward, as volunteers began a campaign to share Jinsi aphorisms with street goers and owners alike.
So we post one Jinsi aphorism from our master and to transfer the message to the people with the good mind, say the good words and do the good thing.
Wow, that's nice. Although this is their first time, volunteers' effort is recognized. Chinese. Indian, Portuguese. All local residents all seem to welcome Jin's aphorisms. Such approval is due to years of hard work invested by volunteers. For 16 years now, local Taiwanese communities have been helping this nation by planting their seeds of compassion and wisdom. They are transforming the barren soil of this nation into a rich earth capable of moving this nation forward.
Despite the passing of the Lunar New Year, Tzu Chi volunteers are still sending their blessings all the way down to South Africa. There, they saw children from an orphanage in Cape Town perform a sign language adaptation of a Tzu Chi song to thank the NGO for its 5 years of love and care.
It happened in 5 years, last 5 years, I met Tzu Chi Foundation. They came to our lives. That time, everything was very difficult. Tzu Chi Foundation came to my life. Things came better and lighter.
With a courage that has grown since their first encounter with Tzu Chi 5 years ago, today these orphans are giving the volunteers a big surprise by performing a sign language adaptation of the song One Family. The year-end blessing ceremony in Cape Town is filled with warm reflections.
The polo shirt that this Tzu Chi is wearing is made from PET bottles. Maybe if you saw it in the street, you wouldn't believe it. However, it's a fact.
Be it Chinese or Zulu, many show up with filled bamboo coin banks. As well, this year's participants are also incorporating environmental awareness into their pledge. Amid the high summer, a year-end gathering is taking place in Port Elizabeth. With earnest prayers and pious chanting of the Buddhist scriptures, participants hope to spread the importance of being prepared before natural disasters strike.
After an 18-hour flight from South Africa, Zulu volunteers Gladys Ngema and Tolakeli Mkhize finally arrived in New York, their first stop in a month-long trip to the United States. The pair will be participating in the UN Commission on the Status of Women and visit Tzu Chi's US headquarters, and 7 other chapters is also on their itinerary. The moment they have been anticipating is finally here.
You look good.
Volunteers in New York are ready to give a warm welcome to their fellow Zulu volunteers. The New Yorkers know best how to battle their chilly winter. However, warm coats have been prepared for Gladys and Tolakeli, who came from the southern hemisphere, where it's still summer. Despite the unfamiliar setting, all hearts are instantly united in the big Tzu Chi family.
Since I didn't see such a smile. Now it's the second time.
When I come to see our brothers and sisters, I was welcomed, I was given everything, I'm home enough. Oh, I feel at home. More than home.
More than okay.
More than okay, very nice.
So you feel like you need to be sleep, relax, Relax.
What I can mention, people here, they are nice, they are all sisters and brothers, enjoying nicely. We didn't, nobody was upsetting us. It was a heaven place.
You are very good spirit. That's so good spirit.
The Big Apple is the first stop for this pair. On February 22nd, they will go to the UN, where they will share the difference Tzu Chi has made in the lives of others like them in South Africa.
Staying in the U.S., the UN Commission on the Status of Women opened in New York on Tuesday. Tzu Chi's UN Working Group organized a side meeting on the topic of breaking the cycle of poverty of women and girls through education and training. 2 of the guest speakers were Gladys Ngema and Tolakeli Mkhize, who are senior Tzu Chi volunteers from Durban in South Africa. The 2 share the success story of local vocational training centers that empower Zulu women.
On a crisp, windy, bone-chilling day on the east coast of the United States, the 2011 Commission on the Status of Women opened February 22nd at the UN in New York. On the same day, the Tsuji UN group organized a panel workshop on breaking the cycle of poverty of women and girls through education and training, which attracted 120 participants.
Good morning, everybody. Good. This is good. Really appreciate everybody coming over here. This workshop is hosted by Buddha Tsuji Foundation. Zulu sisters, Zulu commissioners, share their woman in power, how successful they are.
South African volunteers Gladys Ngema and Tola Kaylee McKeezy talked about the success story of Tsuji's vocational training centres in Durban and how manufacturing and selling handmade accessories and clothes had helped empower African women.
We're making this for churches. We're making school uniforms taught by Tsuji. We get money. We're able to feed those orphans. We're taking care of more than 5,000 orphans.
We've got 5,000 volunteers in different places. We feed children, but they are very hungry. They just get meals twice a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Good sisters who were motivating me. I must thank them very much, because it was the first time I met so many people in different countries like this. People, they will say I've done very well. So I'm very proud of myself. I'm very proud of Tsuji Foundation, what they did to me.
Apart from the South African volunteers, the Tsuji UN team invited 3 other speakers at the workshop, including Ellen Al-Dakar, a UNHCR official in Malaysia.
3 generations, grandparents, parents, children have never had any access to school.
Food for the Poor improved the assets of 1,475 women, and basically that's when we start building the homes with these women and families.
The good-natured 90-minute meeting was an eye-opening experience for many of the participants.
People who have come here today hearing about Tsuji's work for the first time, to get started, to take action, and to make to turn many of these dreams into realities.
Skillfully laced together by the charismatic chairperson, the various components of the workshop conveyed Tsuji's determination to alleviate suffering wherever it might be.